Hi everyone and welcome to my first crafty podcast. I'm calling it Neens Crafts Podcast. Welcome. For anyone that doesn't know, I'm Neen and I love all kind of crafts. Crochet is my number one though. So I wanted to just sit down and kind of go through maybe some projects with you. Not all of them are recent, some of them are from a couple of months ago, but I just haven't recorded a video to show you guys. So I'm going to start with the hat that I made for my son, who'll be 2 at the end of September, and this was like a little dinosaur inspired, let me get the spikes up, hat. So there it is. And I was just kind of doing it out of my head. I always put these little bands on because my son would just rip that hat right off. So when it's banded under his chin, he tends to leave it on then. My second hat that I've made was for my daughter Robin, who's just turned 3. And it was just a little grey, and her favourite colour is yellow, so I just put 3 little flowers with some pearl buttons in the middle, and that's just a very simple slouchy hat. The next project I want to show you is quite an old one that I did before we moved into our new house, before we bought our house. And a friend of mine on Instagram actually gave me the pattern. It's her original pattern, and if you want to check her out, her name is Needle Crafter on Instagram. And so I pattern tested this for her because she hasn't, I don't know if she has it printed out yet or if she's got it wrote up anywhere yet, but at the time she didn't. So it is just a little dress for Robin. It's just done in half double crochet using red heart yarn that was gifted to me. And I just put, because at the time of making this, her favourite thing to watch was Barney the Dinosaur, so that's why I stuck to kind of purple and green for her. And I have some like heart buttons on the front, green buttons on the back, and I actually have them buttoned this far in because I made it and it was a bit too big on her. I'm sure now if I try it on her, it'll probably fit perfect. And then as well, my daughter turned 3, so kind of to mark the milestone of that, I made her a little dolly, and this is Sally Sweetheart, Princess Sally Sweetheart, I'm sorry. And she has, if I pull up her skirt, I'm sure she doesn't mind, she has a little belly button and some knickers on. And I'm really happy with how this came out. Again, I'm good at following patterns, but a lot of the time I just create out of my head. So I just wanted to do something that was quite solid and that didn't need a lot of sewing in. So she is worked complete from the head down. That's just one piece right there, and then the only thing that I've sewn on are the arms. So from the head down, I separated it down here, and I kind of continued with one leg and went back and continued on the other leg. So the arms were the only thing, and the hair at the back that I made separately. Everything else was kind of just done in one. Everyone, it seems to be like the baby boom month or like season in my life at the moment. We first got word from our friends, our YouTube friends, the Provovilles, that they are expecting a beautiful little baby. She's actually arriving quite soon. But from the time that I heard she was expecting, before it kind of got announced publicly on YouTube, I started this blanket because this baby is their rainbow baby, and it's just a very, very special. All babies are special, but this baby is very, very special. So I wanted to make something just really nice. So I remember I went to my local yarn shop and I found like the most intricate pattern. And the big thing for me was, being a mother myself of, like, at that time, a 2-year-old and a 1-year-old, working, moving house, the last thing I wanted to do was craft. I had a complete craft break. I just was blank to crafting. So when I heard the news, I think that kind of kicked me a bit, and I went and I wanted to show not only myself but my friends that I haven't lost kind of my talent of crocheting. So I picked out a really difficult-ish pattern that will keep me encouraged to keep going with it. And I started it and stopped it so many times because I kept making like now it's a very simple mistake. At the time I didn't know where I was going wrong. So I finally made this blanket for them. And again, you're not going to see the details until the end, because this is one that you want to stay around for. The detail of this blanket, oh my goodness. It is worked in shells and pineapples. And it is so big. So I started that when I first found out that she was pregnant. And now it's time to wrap it up and post it off. My friend Noreen, that her daughter is expecting her second baby, a little boy. And my friend Noreen, if you watch our daily vlogs, you would have heard me speaking about her before, or actually seen her in our vlogs. But she does so much for me and for my family and for the kids. She's always knitting for my kids. She's just such love and support to us. She's just like family. They say that friends are the family that you get to pick for yourself, and that is very, very true with Noreen. She is like family to me. So her daughter is having a little boy. So this is the blanket that I left till last, actually, to do. It's not finished. This is my current, what I'm doing now. Ew. And I just went with a circular granny square, if that makes sense. I did the granny square stitch, but I just kept it in a circle. And I also did an edging that I've never done before, a pom-pom edging. Can you see that there? So I'm really, really happy with the progress, and I've actually really enjoyed making this. Just because I was calculating it in my head and I was like, yeah, that should work, that should work. And as I've been working it, every increase row has worked out exactly how I wanted it to. Like there hasn't been just like one stitch here, one stitch there. It has been so even and consistent throughout the whole pattern. And it's worked up really fast. I started this, when did I start this? Sunday night? And it's now, what day is it? It's now Wednesday. So to have it done, it's pretty good. I got the news from my cousin Yvonne and her partner Mike that they were expecting a baby. I don't have the blanket here to show you guys, but I did take a quick video before I gifted it. So I'm going to show you that now. So here is a blanket that I actually designed myself, and this is for my cousin Yvonne and her fiance Mike, and they're expecting their first baby. So I actually put this symbol in because this symbol just, I don't know, it just represents fertility to me, I think. So I put this in for that reason. They don't know what they're having yet, so I just kept it gender neutral. And again, that was another blanket like the circular granny square that I just kind of thought the pattern up in my head, and I was like, I just want something different and something kind of fancy for them. And then another cousin that got in touch with me was my cousin Phil, and his fiancée Lottie are expecting a baby now. He was coming over from England to Ireland for a visit, so I was like crocheting like crazy because I just wanted to give him something to bring back with him to just mark the occasion. Unfortunately, the video that I took before I gave it to him, I just can't find it on my computer. So all I have is a photo to show you of what I made. But it was a rectangular granny square and a baby hat. So I'm going to post that now. So that was kind of like the baby boom. I've really enjoyed making the blankets, and for me the excitement is when I get photos back after the baby is born wrapped up in things that I've made. Oh, I just love it. It's just something so fulfilling to me, is seeing just like a little sweet innocent baby wearing something that I've made. And every stitch, I always, when I'm making for a baby, every single stitch is made with love for that baby. I just always wish good things for the baby, like a good healthy birth. Hi. Look who's awake from her nap, guys. So anyone that might be tuning in that doesn't know my channel or our daily vlogs, this is, what's your name? Robin. Are you tired? Do you want to go and have a little rest under the blanket? No? Do you want to be tickled? Do you want to be tickled with this thing? So those are the projects that I've just finished. And I put up on Instagram, if you don't follow me, I can be found on nearly everything under Neen Crochet. Mostly Instagram I'm on, Twitter and Ravelry. So I wanted to do a quick kind of book review as well. So this is Cute and Easy Crocheted Baby Clothing by Nikki Trench. And again, I'm going to kind of do some video close up to the pattern so you can see it. But this is a book I would recommend if you enjoy making for toddlers and babies in crochet. This is definitely a really nice book to have. They have lots of jumpers, cardigans, sleeveless jumpers. They have a couple of blankets, a couple of hats. I think they have booties. Yeah, and a poncho, 2 ponchos and a capelet and a dress. Now the only thing that I would want more of in this book is maybe a couple more baby dresses or toddler dresses. Because the 2 dresses I see in it, they just won't be my cup of tea to make. But it would be nice to see maybe a couple more dresses. But it's definitely worth, how much did that? Oh God, I paid €17 for it a few years ago. Again though, for anyone that crafts, I always say, I don't drink, I don't smoke, my addiction is my craft, so why not spend my hard-earned money on something like that? That was before I had children. Now my husband has to get me a crochet magazine as a treat or as a surprise or something like that, because I just don't buy for myself really at all anymore. But that is definitely worth a look, this book. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in to Neens Craft Podcast #1. And taking time to listen to me and have a look at my projects. Please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Maybe you might have some idea of maybe what I could talk about next week. I'm probably going to try to aim for Wednesday of every week doing a crafty podcast. And if not every week, it will be on Wednesdays anyway. But that is kind of what I've made. I'm just very glad that I've gotten the crocheting bug back again. It's very hard when you just get almost writer's block, with your crochet craft block, to get into the swing of things. So I'm really glad that I'm kind of getting back into the swing of things. Something I really want to treat myself with sometime soon is a trip to my local yarn store, because I haven't been in a long time. So I'd like to go and maybe buy myself a little bit of wool for a treat. Because my stash is very, very small since we moved house. It is gone, I can fit it on one shelf. That's bad. So I need to upgrade my stash. So that's kind of that. Thank you very much for watching the podcast. Let me know if there's anything else that you would be interested in listening to me kind of ramble on about. And I'll see you again. And also, if you don't watch, we do upload daily family vlogs to YouTube. It's all on this channel. So your support and love would be greatly appreciated. Thank you. Bye bye.